She actually wrote for Joan Rivers. She wrote jokes for Joan Rivers.
Wow, wow.
Probably the jokes that she didn't use, but she did nevertheless write for Joan Rivers.
Oh boy.
She plays at the comic strip in the city.
Wow.
Let's give a big hand to my friend Helene.
Helene.
I always mess the
We're
name
such
up
good
with.
friends. I call him Pat and Laura.
Are you ready to take this too?
Yeah.
Thank you, Pat. Well, let me explain. Hi, I know these are my fans, so they're stuck with me. They're here every week. They have to, if they want the wine, they have to put up with me too. But anyway, what I want to say about writing the jokes for Joan Rivers, she did tell two of my jokes at least on the Johnny Carson show because we used to videotape her every night. So I had her telling my jokes. So unlike what Pat said that she didn't use them, she gave me $10 for each joke.
Woo. Yes.
And she made 5.
And that's why I'm performing here at the Regency. And I brought my friend Jenny. I'm excited to have Jenny here today. And it's Hanukkah, so I'm going to start telling my jokes. He's awake, so thank you. So anyway, I used to teach school in a really tough school. Any jokes I forget because I'm getting old, Pat's going to fill in, meaning he knows my whole act. So I taught in a really tough school, like you walk in the building and you see the school colors, black and blue. Teacher, how do you tell time? That's easy. How long did you have me locked in the closet yesterday? Echo. So, yeah. So anyway, the second grade girls had a gang, and I taught second grade, but the other girls had a gang. We have another member coming, Pat.
Well, who's gonna
We
hold
have
your
a seat
phone?
for you.
Oh, that's I'll take care of it. Here, hold on.
I'll hold the phone.
So the second grade girls had a gang, and the initiation was to take the milk containers off of my girls' lunch trays. So we called them the half pints. And it wasn't funny, but there was a real gang, and the leader of the gang was named the Dairy Queen. Later on Facebook, her boyfriend, Mr. Softy, had a little problem that she shared about it. TMI, Dairy Queen, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it was a really tough school. Like when we were young, we used to carve our sweetheart's name in the desk. These kids carved their sweetheart's name in their sweetheart.
Oh dear.
Really tough.
Oh dear.
Yeah. 3 famous people went to our school where I taught. First, a Channel 5 newscaster, first female newscaster on Channel 5, 2 NFL stars, and the ATM bandit went to my school. He did. I didn't teach him how to do that. He wasn't good in math then. He figured out how to open ATMs. See, this new lady visitor is laughing at my jokes, so I'm going to invite her back. I'll be back in a few weeks. So, anyway, I taught in a tough school. And to get through to these kids, when we were young, we used to read the Dick and Jane books. Remember Run, Spot, Run, See, Spot, Run? This is how I had to teach them how to read. Run, Spot, Run. Dick's got a gun. Spot is a pit bull. Run, teacher, run.
Oh dear.
And those were the 10th graders. Really tough. But they have something new at the school. It's called the participation trophies. Let me explain what that is. The kids just show up at school and they get a present. They get a prize, not a present, a prize, like an award. So I'm thinking those would have been good for my honeymoon. In fact, I was married twice. It would have been good for both my honeymoons. The participation trophies, because they both participated, but very little was accomplished. Yeah, first I was married to a Jewish guy, and then I was married to a Chinese guy. So I don't know how politically incorrect I'm going to get today. So, you know, they were both cheap and they drove terribly. So, yeah, when I was married to the Jewish guy, I loved that November when Hanukkah and Thanksgiving ended up on the same night. Remember that night, Jenny, a few years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, because then my mother-in-law only had to eat over once. That was good. And when I was married to the Chinese guy, we had 3 New Years. 3 New Years. First you have the American New Year, fireworks. Then you have the Chinese New Year, fireworks. Then you have the Jewish New Year. Oh, did I say that wrong? Then you have the shut the camera, Pat.
No, I'm not. I'm going to take pictures of you.
Yeah, he's gonna put on Facebook how I messed up my joke.
So sorry, I have to stay. I have to see a client.
Thank you. You you know what? You tell your client that I'll pay her to watch me someday. Thank you. Thanks for staying.
Take care of you.
Happy holidays.
Thank you.
So anyway, so the first New Year was the American New Year, fireworks. And then the Chinese New Year, fireworks. But for the Jewish New Year, there were no fireworks. Unless you eat my Aunt Esther's gefilte fish with a lot of horseradish, then you have fireworks. But I was, after I was divorced, I went on these dating sites. You heard of them, right? You go on the computer and you meet guys. So I met this guy, and he brings me up to his apartment, and he shows me all the people who responded to his online dating request. And one of them says, said he loves long hikes. Now, if he likes long hikes, you would think he's athletic, right? Then how come when we hit the lobby of his building, he pressed the elevator and we only went up one flight to his apartment? If he can't walk up the steps more than one flight, how could he be a hiker? You get the joke? I explained the joke. Another guy I met from Brooklyn wrote, loves romantic horse and buggy rides. Hello, you're not Amish, you live in Sheepshead Bay. I'm killing it, Pat. But I wanted to tell you about something else exciting. I know you're all about my age. I went to Woodstock, the rock and roll concert, 50 years ago, and then I went to Coachella, which is in California, 50 years later. You want to hear the changes that were made? The rock stars are the same. Mick Jagger, Paul McCartney, Bob Dylan, they all could still perform. Paul was singing Maybe I'm Amazed. He was singing Maybe I'm Amazed. Maybe I'm amazed, Paul, that you could get up on the stage and stand there for 3 hours. My leg hurt standing here for 5 minutes. And there was a VW bus. Jenny remembers, she lived upstate. There was a VW bus. And the sign on the VW bus in Woodstock said, "Don't come a-knockin' when this bus is a-rockin'." You know what the band said at Coachella? "Don't come a-fussin' till I've had my Robitussin." George wrote that joke, Pat. So, anyway,
That's
at
why I
Woodstock,
got one laugh, so.
pay him $100 an hour. You better write some good jokes. I'm just ad-libbing now for Pat and I's humor, enjoyment. So anyway, I was telling you about Woodstock. There was a tent at Woodstock. Jenny might remember what the tent was for. Bad acid trips, right, Jenny?
That's right.
The tent at Coachella was for bad acid indigestion. And 3 people lost their virginity at Woodstock. 3 people lost their dentures at Coachella, and they switched them. They went home with the wrong dentures. Tough crowd. She's laughing. You're invited back when I come back in 2 weeks. So then Bob Dylan, the curtain goes up. I hear him singing, Blowing in the Wind, okay? But I don't see Bob Dylan. I see this lady playing the organ. She's wearing a black hat, long white hair. She looked like my Aunt Esther B. Greenbaum. And the song's almost over. The band's there, and I don't see Bob Dylan. Then I realized Bob Dylan doesn't play the guitar that much because he has arthritis. That was him. Wasn't my Aunt Esther B. Greenbaum. And Mick Jagger's singing Satisfaction. And he goes like this to the whole crowd. There were thousands of people there. He's singing, I can't get no satisfaction. And then he goes like this. He wants us to sing to him. I raised my hand in the whole crowd. I stood up. No, Mick Jagger. I paid to come all the way out to California to this desert trip concert. You sing Satisfaction to me. That happened also in real life. So then, in Woodstock, do you remember, Jenny, the movie? It said, the freeway's closed, man. And everybody had to get out of their cars and walk through the dirt to the concert. Well, guess what happened at Coachella? Same thing. It was so crowded. We got out of our vans, we pressed the button, the wheelchairs came down, and then we went to the concert. So I'm glad you like my material so far. Now I was going to tell you another story. Yeah, well, I was right. In Manhattan, Jenny and I go to Manhattan, and there's this man in a truck. It's a food truck. I think his name's Hakeem, but it could be Mohammed, I'm not sure. He told me he wanted to marry me. He lives in the food truck. And in his truck he has lamb and chicken and lettuce and drinks. Did you ever see the food trucks in Manhattan? You've seen them, right? He is, though, I'm suspicious of Mohammed or Hakeem because, first of all, there are 3 different ones. They switch. And they're in there 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. They're selling the lamb and the chicken. Very hardworking men. But the trouble is, I think he has a wife on every corner of Manhattan. Worse than that, I think he has a wife in every country in the Middle East. I think he's married a lot. So on Saturday morning, it's the only time he's not there. My stepson is there. I call him my stepson, a teenager who's working there. When Jenny comes up from the train, I want you to watch, and you'll see the teenager working there. You'll know it's true. But here's the thing that gets me. These are hardworking men. They're in there 4 seasons a year, every day. They have everything cooking in this small little area. And you know what? My friends have brand new kitchens, gorgeous equipment, and they don't even make dinner. And this guy's working 24 hours a day. You know what they make? Reservations. That's what they make for dinner. You want to come into the show?
No,
Oh, okay.
just listen.
Okay, well, I think I'm almost done. Where's Patty's cooking dinner? What?
That was a big too.
Oh, that's so sweet. They're going to miss the big show. I was going to also tell you another story that happened. Oh, I'm getting older. How can I forget? I'm getting older. She knows my act too by now. I'm getting. Oh, thanks. I'm getting older and I'm losing my hair. I'm losing my hair, but I know where it's going. It's going to my knuckles. Yeah, it's going to my knuckles, and I have a positive attitude. You want me to be done now, Pat?
No, take your time.
I have a positive attitude about getting older. I have varicose veins. Varicose veins, but you know what I call them? I call them the Google roadmap to adventure. That's what I call them. This road takes you to the Sterling Forest. You all know. You have varicose veins? You should get up here and tell us about yours. What color? Purple? Mine are the colors of the rainbow. Roy G. Biv. I have red, purple, green. Roy G. Biv. Anyway, I was saying that this road takes you to the Sterling Forest, and this road takes you to the Dead Sea. Can we all agree on that except for Pat in this room and Jenny? So anyway, yeah, I'm getting older, and you're getting older too? Wow. Wow. Well, yeah. I forgot my whole routine. So yeah, I'm getting older, and woo. Oh, I forgot to say the most important thing. Hi. I've got to tell you the most important thing about getting older. Every day when you look in the mirror, don't you see something new? Like today, I put on this very dark foundation. It doesn't really look right, but I have so many wrinkles and so much new stuff on my face. Like one day, I woke up, I see I have vertical lines this way. I got horizontal lines. I got pound signs here. I have parentheses here. I have exclamation points here. I'll just lay down. You could type a letter on me. And you know, if they had these bags in the Rockaways during Hurricane Sandy, the F train never would have stopped running. Okay, well that's it for me. Pat's cleaning up.
No. I'm doing it because I'm setting it up for the thing. Keep going. We're going to roll.
You gonna recommend me the Mandy show?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry. No, I'm just doing it.
No, I'm laughing at something else. Jenny knows when I see other people's names on the flyers, I'm always envious.
Oh. We can put your name on a flyer.
That's funny. Yeah, I was saying I was getting old. I totally forgot everything I knew.
Keep going. That was me interrupting. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I'm from New York. New York's a tough city. I'm done?
No. You from New York?
Yeah, I'm from New York. Pat's from New York too, but not from Manhattan. Either am I. New York's a tough city, right? And like,
Hey,
here's the thing, when we were younger, and in the bassinet in the baby nursery, you saw those little squares with a bow for a blue bow for a boy. It would say Joseph Allen, 5 pounds, 7 ounces. Now they just have babies. 2019, born to steal headsets. That's what it says in the baby nursery. They're very tough kids. Because in New York, the rain has razor blades and the hailstones have fists. The smokestacks have bronchitis. New York is tough. Okay, I think I'm done. That's from 1902, that joke. I
All
wrote
right, well, you
four.
were close. A couple of these people weren't even around. You're the only one that was around since 1902. Let's give a big hand to Helene. 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 I know her for how long? I still can't get her name right.
Pleasure to see. Wonderful.
Don't get old.
Come again.
Thank
But
you.
I
I paid
we're
to
gonna have
say
the
that.
menorah
Thank you.
lighting in a little bit, so